I gotta be honest with you, me. This is a pretty stacked fight card, but of all the fights on the card, this is the one I'm looking forward to the most. We got Arman Tsarukyan, aka Ahalakalakalits, taking on Damir Ismagulov, who is 24-1, 5-0 in the UFC, and most recently he just took out our boy, the Georgian Viking, Guram Gutataladze. And while it was a split decision and a fight that probably could have gone either way, Damir really showcased why this guy has such a beautiful record and why he is just I don't know. I guess I was gonna say he's coming into this fight with a lot of hype, but he's really only has a lot of hype with the pretty hardcore fans, and I think that a lot of the more casual fans might be seeing a Damir Ismagulov fight for the first time this weekend, and what a great opponent for them to see him go up against in Arman Tsarukyan, who was a guy who is 18-3. He's coming as a -180 favorite in this one, and he honestly hasn't really been tested in the UFC except by two guys. One, the current champ Islam Makhachev, and that was in Arman's UFC debut. So the fact that this kid had to debut at age 22 against Islam just kind of, to me, speaks to how good the UFC thought he was from the onset. And then most recently, so he loses to Islam, right? And then rifles off 5 straight, and then most recently loses to Mateus Gamrot, and that was a fight of the night. And that was a contest where, although it ended up being a unanimous decision for Gamrot, I remember a lot of people thought that Arman could have done enough to win that decision as well. So only two UFC losses for Arman, and to two of the toughest guys in this lightweight division. So very curious to get your take on this one. Are you going to ride with Arman Tsarukyan, who is 18-3, seemingly is unbeatable unless he's going up against those top 3, top 5 guys? Or are you taking Damir, and perhaps you think that Damir is one of those top 3 or top 5 guys? Who are you taking?
Yeah, no, this is this is a dream fight. I can't believe this is happening. This should be for the title. But wow, lightweight is absolutely stacked. That's all I can say about that. And both these guys are no joke. Both can get it done. But how's Arman doing? Is he a little down and maybe he doesn't perform like he was previous to this loss? Or is he more hungry than ever and he's an absolute killer and he's going to knock out or submit Damir in the first round? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if that happens. But honestly, I like that Damir's the underdog. I like Damir with this insane fight win streak, and I like that nobody knows who Damir is. A lot of these people that are now hardcore UFC fans, they just started watching 2020, so they don't even know who Damir is. They don't pay attention to him, and this dude is an absolute savage. And like you said, Damir, he beat Guram, who Guram beat a Gamer Gamrot, which Gamer Gamrot just beat Arman. So if MMA math is real, Damir should win this easy. But I don't know if it's going to be that easy because Arman, he's 26 and he's already fighting at this level. Absolutely insane. The one thing that I do like about Damir, he's 5'10", so he's got 3 inches on him, and he's got the better striking. Unless Arman's already leveled up his striking, so he's pretty good striking wise for the last 5 years. He's been getting better and better, but Damir's striking is so good. I don't think people realize it, and if Arman is trying to prove a statement like Taporia, where instead of going to your bread and butter, which is grappling, and you go strike and bang, this is a levels test. Either he's leveled up and he beats Damir in striking, or Damir's going to put on a clinic. And honestly, I hate to say it because I'm a big fan of Arman, but that's kind of how I see it is. I like that he's an underdog. I think Damir's going to get it done. Unanimous decision. If Arman wins, he gets to the ground and he gets a submission or the ground and pound KO. I don't think he wins on the feet. He has to get it to the ground. It really all depends on how does Arman want to get the easy win. But can he take Damir down? That's the question, because Damir hasn't really fought a top-level wrestler like Arman, to be honest. So it's going to be very interesting. But I think Damir, with all of those wins, crazy record, 31, a lot of experience, and he's a pretty big dude. People underestimate how big this guy is for 155, and I think he's going to get it done. He's training with some killers, some wrestlers, so he should be ready for this. But man, this could go any way, but I'm going to go with Damir because of the winning streak and the reach and the striking advantage.
Yeah, good stuff. He will have that reach advantage. He is a little bit taller, and he does just seem a little bit more sophisticated on the feet for sure. I like your point that if Tsarukyan is to get this one done, that he probably needs to get this one to the mat and really just utilize his strength. I mean, this is a guy, he's got that serious 8-pack. This dude is absolutely huge, and not sure how he makes 155, but somehow he does, and I think that the strength is going to be a major component if he's able to close the distance and utilize it against Damir in this one. But to your point, I mean, we did see that Damir Ismagulov has a 90% takedown defense. He has, however, faced a lot of jiu-jitsu guys, some strikers, not a lot of real wrestling base heavy guys like Tsarukyan will present, though, and Arman is a guy who averages nearly 3 takedowns per contest, or per round rather. So a guy who is very competent at getting the fight where he wants to. So perhaps that's what he will do against Damir in this one. And I think you touched on, both these guys really need to make some improvements, right? Arman needs to improve that stand-up game if he wants to be the future champ. Damir needs to work on that ground game of his, and we know that Damir, for this training camp, is training over at American Top Team, and usually this is a guy who works a lot with Peter Yan, is at Tiger Muay Thai, and I was fascinated to see that Arman Tsarukyan is actually training out at Tiger Muay Thai with Peter Yan. So while Damir is getting those wrestling reps down at ATT, Tsarukyan is gathering that secret intel on Damir and is refining his striking game out there with Peter Yan. So I think that that's going to be super helpful for him in this contest, and as a result, Meat, I got to roll with Arman Tsarukyan. I got to roll with the 68% that is going with him, and of the 68%, it's basically all beige. They think that a decision is most likely, and for the 32% Ismagulov sweaties, they also think that a beige decision is most likely as well. I'm going to go Arman by decision. I think that a finish might be a pipe dream for either of these guys just because they're both so tough, and I expect this to be evenly matched. And honestly, Meat, given it's the fact that it's a Damir, it's an Ismagulov, it's a Gamer Gamra, or a Guram Gutataladze, all these guys love to beat each other, and they're all super competitive fights. I'm anticipating this being extremely close. We're going to look at each other after the fight and be like, I have no idea who won that one, but I think Arman's going to be on the right end of a split decision this time, despite being on the wrong end most recently. So I'm going Tsarukyan by decision. Any last thoughts? And I guess I'm curious, do you think someone can get a finish in this one, or are you expecting decision as well?
Damir's the decision king. Arman definitely has got more finishes. So if someone's going to ask me who's going to get a finish, I would say Arman probably is the better chance. With that wrestling, I don't see a KO on the feet. If it is, Damir somehow got it, right? But Arman's so young and tough. If Gamer Gamrot couldn't finish Arman, I just don't see how Damir can. Because Damir doesn't have that insane power Gamer does when it comes to striking. He's more of just high IQ, technical as crap, and can just piece you up and put a clinic for a decision. Yeah, this is an absolute, insane co-main event. It doesn't surprise me whoever takes this, but I gotta go with Damir. I just like the win streak. I like his fight IQ, and I think he might get this done. But throw in the comments who you guys taking. You taking Kwaza or Halahaha?